It's 3 a.m. and my heart is pounding. My breathing is rapid and I'm shaking. What is going on? What is happening to me? Am I having a heart attack? You see, at the time, I was living a pretty comfortable life. I was working in my own law firm. It was safe, secure, and steady. And life was kind of humming along. I was really in my comfort zone, but I thought back to a time when I went through my divorce and I felt a little lost, and I wanted to guide women and help them find their purposeful place. I vowed at that time I would help them bloom. And I was doing none of that. In fact, there was a little voice inside of me that said, come back to doing something more, to do the work you started in coaching women back then, years before you went back to practicing law. But I wanted to tune that voice out. But it kept getting louder and louder and louder until it's 3 a.m. My heart's pounding, I'm shaking, and my breathing is rapid. Okay, what is going on? No, I'm not having a heart attack. I'm having a full-blown panic attack. And what's going on is my voice is racing inside with shoulds and shouldn'ts, saying, don't go back, don't do that, stay just practicing law, stay in your comfort zone, stay with what you know. Don't go back to doing all those blooming woo-woo things, just stay where you are. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to stop this panic attack. So I reached over to my nightstand, which was right next to me, and I pulled a book. And the book was ironically written by a woman who I had coached years before when I was helping women bloom. And she had bloomed. She had written several books. I opened it up, and inside the first sentence I read was, do not fear, do not be anxious. I couldn't believe it. Here I am in a panic attack. I read on. She writes scripture. She quotes scripture, and it says, even birds are fed. Aha, my aha moment. This was no coincidence, synchronicity. I was meant to hear this. I was meant to know that my little voice meant something, and that even birds come out of the nest and they don't say, oh my gosh, there are no worms out there here and I'm going to go back to the comfy nest. They come out of the nest, they say, I know there are worms, I'm going to peck and peck around till I find some. So what is this all about? And it's about the comfort zone, which we think is comfortable, but it's actually not. It's very uncomfortable. We want to get to the growth zone, but guess what's in between? The fear zone. Now, the fear zone is a place where we find fears of failure, fears of even success, fears of discomfort, imposter syndrome, and my personal favorite, bag lady syndrome. We have to go through this to get to our growth zone. But what do? Like I did so many years before, is I walked out of my comfort zone, I walked into my fear zone, and then what did I do? I went back to the comfortable nest. I went back there. So your little voice is talking to you for a reason. It's guiding you to something more purposeful, something that's going to feed your soul, something that is within your reach, some ceiling you may need to break, some place you need to go, and you know it. It's your something more. So listen to that little voice and learn to embrace change, to lean in, to tune in, to know that you're being guided, because the truth is the comfort zone is not comfortable. It's not a beautiful place. Nothing grows there. When you come out of that, when you walk through your fears, you're going to get to your comfort zone. You're going to muster your courage, make a choice, and I guarantee that you're going to start growing. And not only that, you're going to grow, you're going to blossom, and you're going to bloom.